Call the meeting to order. All right, let's go through roll call real quick.
Bob Srovak.
Bob Servak,
Jay Gaffney.
Richard Cody.
Eric Lamarche.
Paul Paradise,
Mike,
Ted Sarzinski.
Mike Peoples.
Jean Peoples, Subcommittee.
thank you. All right, with that, let's go over and pledge allegiance. Flags over here. Eric, would you do the honors, please?
Aye. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Evening, everybody. Hopefully everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Good. All right, we have a guest speaker tonight, and we're going to go over and discuss some, get some updates from Eric, and discuss possible upcoming events. It is Christmas time, so we don't want to take up too much of everyone's time tonight, but if we have any questions or we can always open the table up from there. So with that, Mike, why don't you go over and introduce your guest speaker?
Yeah, I'm happy to do it. I met this gentleman at the University of Massachusetts, Lowell, poor guy, and I'll bet you he's sorry he ran into me. Well, while I was there, I noticed that veterans weren't doing well at the school. A lot of them were flunking out, ending up on academic probation, and decided we needed a student veterans organization on that campus, and we needed it now. And I needed officers. I needed good people to help me. And when I asked Ted, of course, he said no. And I had to drag him in, keep screaming, kicking all that. He was our vice president. He was our first vice president of the Student Veterans Organization at UMass Lowell. He did a lot of work. He helped send care packages to Afghanistan, Iraq for years. And the work he has done for veterans is off the charts. I can't thank him enough for what he's done and helping me to start the Student Veterans Organization at UMass Lowell. Thank you, Ted.
And for making UMass Lowell veteran-friendly university as well. And Ted does work as, I believe, Director of Military and Veteran Services at UMass Lowell. And we invited him here today to find out what he does for veterans at Lowell and see if there's any veterans that we could honor.
Collaborate with.
Yes.
I think we could benefit one another tremendously. Why don't I let Ted take the floor and tell what he does? And,
Certainly.
so
Mike, they can't hear you.
So just a quick introduction myself. Ted Sarzinski, Navy veteran. I did serve from 2000 to 2006. I was on fast-tack submarines as a nuclear-trained electrician. After leaving the Navy, I started my studies at UMass Lowell back in 2007. That's quite some time ago.
yeah.
During that time, I was active with the Student Veterans, or at that time it was the Student Veterans Organization.
We founded it.
That's true. Plank owners.
Yep.
So we're plank owners, founders of the Student Veteran Organization, which is still going, well, it's gone through some changes. It's now the Student Veteran Alliance, but at the same day, it's very much the same core sentiment.
People in the community that hug me. So yeah.
Still going strong. During my time there, I worked as a VA work study student at UMass Lowell for about 4 or 5 years while I was continuing my studies. After that, I did go on to be the Veterans Benefits Coordinator and later Manager of Veterans Affairs at Salem State University for 13 years. And recently I started, well, I say recently, it's still within the first year or so. But back at the very tail end of March, beginning of April, I started as the Director of Military and Veteran Services over at UMass Lowell. So it's nice to return and I've been a Lowell resident the whole time. The commute out to Salem was very difficult. It was probably my main reason for being able to switch back. That definitely saves me a couple hours a day. But it's great to be back as a Riverhawk and be back in the Lowell community. So,
Ted, would you mind going over and just letting people know what kind of benefits can a veteran go over and obtain at UMass Lowell?
So there's a wide variety of both institutional, state, and federal benefits that they're eligible. We work with roughly a military connected community, over 1,000 students. They're using their federal benefits such as the GI Bill, or it extends to family members that might have been transferred that GI Bill or might be receiving benefits under Chapter 35, which is Dependents Educational Assistance for our 100% service-connected, or the children of 100% service-connected disabled veterans, or those that might have been killed in action or passed due to their injuries. State, there's also members of our National Guard. One of the big surprises for me, many other institutions around the state roughly have a population of 50 or less National Guard members. Over at UMass Lowell, I was surprised to find out we have over 200.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah.
But we have over 250 Massachusetts National Guard members that we work with. One of the benefits for these Massachusetts National Guard is that the state provides a 100% mandatory tuition and fee waiver that we assist them with, either the process of obtaining that certification or just the administration of that on campus and help assisting those students. With those students, that also pops up the complications of whenever they're called to active duty or service, and we have to work with the system to try to get that so it's as smooth as possible for our students, as they might have to.
Not always that smooth at UMass.
Oh, no. No, as smooth as possible.
Yeah.
Smooth as possible being the key words there. We do our best, but there's a lot of challenging situations that can pop up.
Now, do veterans who have left the military, do they still go to UMass tuition free?
You could explain it. Not your activities you're gonna pay, but your tuition is free.
Right, you
$4,000
still pay fees.
Right, $4,000 a year.
Yeah, unless you go to school at night for continuing ed.
So that portion has changed.
Okay.
I know from like when I was a student, again, that was maybe almost 20 years ago, and I hate saying that.
It makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Oh, no.
Because you and I were in the military at the same time.
Okay.
So I get you.
So in the past, in like the regulations back in 2007, there was the Massachusetts categorical tuition waiver, which is another state benefit that we help with the administration of. And the categorical tuition waiver, the way, or at least my understanding of how it's written into the law, was that it applied to like undergraduate day school courses, and that when it came, so it applied to the tuition charges that were associated with those. Now, across the state, when it comes to the different institutions, again, my understanding, hopefully I'm right on this, is that the different institutions, when it goes outside of the standard day school programming, such as continuing education, that is where it's kind of up to the institution how they implement it, because it's not written into the law, and many of the institutions do implement it as kind of a courtesy to our military-connected students, or in this case, our veterans. So that leads to some disparities in how, like, some institutions won't cover grad school courses, some will cover grad school courses, and they have to be held on campus. Some will allow it to cover online classes. So that is where it gets into a lot of gray area and differences between the different institutions. One of the recent changes is that within the UMass system, and I'm having come from a state university and not necessarily the UMass system, this is a little bit new to me, so bear with me as I try to explain this. But the UMass system changed their organization of the tuition and fees. So now there is I believe it's a state veterans credit reimbursement that they're still eligible to get, but it does not cover as much as in the past, when it was
Yeah.
like just the
Wow.
$30 registration fee and you could take all the classes.
That's too bad,
I agree.
particularly once they become a veteran-friendly school, and then they turn around and do that.
Yeah.
Is there a pretty good-sized veteran population at UMass Lowell?
Oh, yes. So we work with over 1,000 students that are military connected that we're assisting And it can become a little bit difficult trying to get those like finite numbers, because there's different ways that it's measured in terms of you have your military, your folks that are utilizing federal VA benefits that we have an easier time of tracking. And then there's self-identified students and those that might be using state benefits. But having run the numbers after I arrived, it's over 1,000 students that we work with on an annual basis.
If somebody wanted to send a notice or an announcement to veterans at UMass Lowell, is that possible?
That is something that we recently just implemented. So prior to my arrival, that system did not exist. So for us to be able to communicate with our student population, we did not have that capability. It's something I was used to having during my time over at Salem State, that we had a veteran, originally it was a, we call it listserv, which list distribution system or something of the sort like that. Sorry, I don't know the fancy technical terms for it. But it would allow us to send out email newsletters to our students. There were some changes during that time where we were using different software that was able to connect with the students. But then after transitioning over back to UMass Lowell, came on board, I realized that one of our difficulties was being able to communicate with the students, advise them of various changes to the VA policy, or send out reminders, be it for just the business of being a student, where they need to put in a VA certification request to get their benefits processed, or just notifying them of events that are going on in the community. So it did take some time that we had to cobble together kind of the lists of students that have accessed benefits within the last 2 years. And basically we had to manually plug those email addresses into this listserv and build it from the ground up. But as of the beginning of the fall semester, we do now have that capability to send that out, which proved very indispensable during the government shutdown that occurred from October into mid-November. Because on the VA side, the communications from the VA just stopped. And if we hadn't had that to be able to keep the students apprised of that the GI Bill hotline is shut down, that veteran readiness and employment case managers had been furloughed and wouldn't be answering emails, it would have been just more chaos than it was at the time.
If sometime in the future we wanted to do something directed to UMass Lowell veterans, would you be the contact person?
I would be that guy.
Great.
I'd be happy to work
Are you
with
guys still over the old I call it the old St. Joe's, but the student crossing?
That is correct, yes.
Same office up on like the, what was the 4th floor?
Third floor.
Third floor.
Overlooking the
350
river.
floor.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, they got a nice office. I've been there a few times.
Yeah,
We used to be bastards. We used to have no room whatsoever. We used to get bumped out of rooms that we would book.
Is Jean still there? Or is Jeannie still there? Or is she?
so
She retired.
Are you talking about Janine?
Yeah.
She left. More that my understanding, she had to relocate. Her husband had moved down to position in the DC area.
Oh, okay. It's too bad. She's a sweetheart.
But she had left back in. I guess it would have been spring of 2024.
She's a sweetheart.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say that when it comes to like that location and being in the building, and a lot of the groundwork that she had laid with working with our alumni to get us that space, she did a fantastic job, and it's as Mike said, it's a beautiful space up there.
It is.
Hey, we'll probably be coming to visit you shortly.
Let me ask you a question real fast. Do you guys work with internships with federal agencies around the local area? Because I work for FEMA, and basically is that we have internships during the summertime. I think I don't know if they're non-paid or whatever the case may be, but we get a lot of students from Mass Maritime. They come up for emergency management internships. I mean, would that be something that if I can get information from me and the POC down there, could I pass that off to you guys?
Certainly. So we could, in terms of what we can do with that, we would be able to post it up in the office. We can use our listserv to be able to distribute that via email to our students. We are working with the various other campus offices, such as career services, that we would be able to pass that along, that as they work with our student veteran or military-connected population, they could also convey that.
Sure, okay, great.
That's a great idea. I like that.
Well, I mean, I dealt with a lot of people that did internships also at the same time. I've been closely being a mentor to a couple people that were coming out of the service via the skill bridge that later transitioned to jobs out there in the workforce. So I was just kind of wondering about that, especially about the internships.
No, definitely. We're looking to support our students across like the spectrum of it. Like the processing of the VA educational benefits is definitely like that's the one thing that 100% needs to get done, because if the students aren't receiving that support, they aren't able to really continue their studies and focus on that to get the grades and graduate. But we do understand that there's kind of like the social and community aspect of getting them connected and getting them a network of support that for while they're in class, but then also the professional development of getting them internships and job preparation and just career ready.
Excellent. Glad you guys are still over there and still doing great work. That's awesome to hear. That's awesome.
All right.
We'll definitely go over and we're going to be I'll have a conversation with you probably sometime next week. I got a few things on my docket that I like to go over and pick your brain on.
Okay, certainly.
So my family has long worked for UMass, and some still do, but I want to be able to start using, because UMass is a huge resource in the city and should be included when we do things in the city.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
and
fantastic.
it would be good to go over and have, obviously, a good point of contact, for you, and then obviously for us too, because if we can assist you with anything as well, that's always huge.
I don't know. Definitely, one of my big things has been, since I started back, is kind of building up those relationships to be able to connect with the community, with myself. Sorry, I'm going off tangent here for a moment. I think I was lucky in that I got involved, well, obviously with the Student Veterans Organization, but that I was also able to connect with many of the other great veteran groups that are around in the area, whether it be going on hikes with the veterans on the 48. They do the 48 4,000 footers up in New Hampshire. I've popped into at least with the Frost Call. It's a veterans video gaming kind of support network.
Yep.
They did an event down at the Lowell Vet Center maybe 2 years or so ago.
Yep.
But just building up those connections so that we're able to then make that known to our students so that they can also have those connections and, again, build up that network of support.
Yeah, we do. We work very well with the Lowell Vet Center. They partner with our Veterans Day event.
Yes.
So, and that was a phenomenal event.
Yes.
That was
That was truly something.
that was great.
Thanks to Eric.
Yep, that was honestly phenomenal work. That was
Couldn't have done it without everybody. So
so. Little surprised that we saw the news crews there. Can I call me off guard? But you did a phenomenal job. You really did. That was probably one of our better events that we've put forward in many years. And I think utilizing that space would be good in the future.
I think next year I'm going to try to do bring it back to the inside, have on the parquet.
Yep.
Just have a breakfast again. Perhaps it might work.
Yeah.
They used to do it, but they stopped because the numbers they were dwindling.
Yeah. Yeah. I think having the kids involved was probably the highlight of the event.
It was. It resonated. It just went right through me. That was
Yeah.
really something.
Yeah.
All those
Yeah.
kids singing like that. That was truly
It was
something.
awesome. Absolutely awesome. Couldn't say. That whole event was just amazing. So, but next year, hopefully we can have you guys.
I hope so.
Because I know you guys have a good ROTC program going over there. So having them involved would be outstanding as well.
Definitely, I would say that I know one of the hiccups had been during the government shutdown was we were informed ROTC was prohibited from being able to do public displays. But I wish I could have made it out. We were doing our kind of casualty control. We had roughly about 400 students that were having issues from the government shutdown where,
Yep.
yeah.
No, no, you know, by all means, like I said, if like I work for the police department, we've got people here that work all different.
No.
If we can, you know, help you guys in any way, shape, or form, please let us know.
Definitely.
We can go over and, you know, always combining resources is always a good thing.
Always
So-
welcome to the meetings, to the
Yep.
second Wednesday of every month. We got an open seat too, I believe.
So, we do.
Thank you for everything you
Thank
did.
you.
You've come so far from when I first came up to you and said, hey, I want to start a student veterans organization. Come a long way.
They've really, truly helped a lot of veterans succeed and graduate.
Thank you.
That's always the
Thank
best
you,
part.
Ted.
Well, thank you for all you guys did.
I didn't see it developing into what it is. Look how far I had to fight for a room, just that little
I
closet.
know.
You know? So-
When I first started, I was squished in between my boss's printer and the cubicle wall. we didn't even have a room at the time. So the room didn't come along until 2011, and the newer space over in University Crossing,
Yes, right.
I think was maybe 2014. But
Yeah. And they did a nice. That office is nice.
oh yeah, 100%
It's-
agree.
I was in there last year, I think it was, and it's just a great view, and you know, it just they did it right. So, excellent. So hopefully you stick around for the rest of the meeting. Love to have your
Find out
input.
what's going on.
You can hear about some of the events that are coming up, Memorial Day and 4th of July. We have a lot of fun at
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
had
The
great
events.
We did. It'd be
Yeah.
nice to see some of you
It-
guys.
it's
from
a
the
lot
school
of
getting
fun.
involved with that too. That would be great.
All right. Before we get into some of the events, let's have our update from Eric Lamash, our Director of Veteran Services.
I don't have a lot of news information, but the memorial, the Hero Banner program, it's open. I haven't had any submissions yet.
I need to get some information for that because we had a a service member pass away.
Sure.
And I want to go over and get a banner up for him.
Mhm.
I'll reach out to the family.
We've issued a number of applications. We just haven't had anybody turn them in yet. But
Okay.
it was still plenty of time. Deadline is middle of March, March 15th, I think.
Okay.
Other than that, that one's in progress. The memorial squares, the veteran squares, those are very difficult to get, just based on the criteria that was established back in 2006. But right now, that's kind of stalled because the Veterans Council is kind of, I don't know if they're disbanded or they just haven't followed up with their 501c3. So, but they have two people, according to the bylaws, that they have two people that vote. So now I have a square waiting. I have a request waiting for me. Somebody, I've been told verbally that it's a POW veteran, but I can't approve it because I need a committee to approve it, and I don't have a committee because I have two people that aren't.
Well,
Because-
to my knowledge, that they had been, according to their former commander, is they were disbanded at the state level.
Right. Then I heard they were working towards getting recertified or however that works. Anyway, I've been working with the city. I'm waiting on, and this is just the 200th. Is that what this is? The 200th?
250th.
250. I mean, it's a crazy time, but I'm waiting on one of the law department to see if we can switch the responsibility, the voting, and the screening of these to the Veterans Commission.
Yep.
But it will take a council vote
Yes.
for something like that. I think this will always be here, as long as we always have members.
Yes.
If that's the case, then we could just go through and see what the bylaws are. If you want to change them, you can change them. Again, everything has to be done through the city council.
I'll meet with you, and we'll get a list of the bylaws that we have to have addressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll reach out to some of my contacts in the city council and see if we can clean some of this stuff up to streamline, making this more efficient for us.
Okay.
Question on the veterans, on the squares.
Yes.
Are we talking about these squares that you used to have seen throughout the city? It's just,
There,
There's a street sign. It's a
alley.
memorial square.
Sometimes you'll see a gold star on it, if the person was a gold star.
if we had one, if we did have one, who would take care of maintaining it?
Oh, we have those already. We
That's
have
fine.
we have over 300
Right.
in the
They're all
city
over the place.
right now. It's just obtaining one. They changed the eligibility right when I was starting back in 2006 because they were doing them every weekend, multiple a weekend. We were running out of squares, so they had to change the criteria. We could leave it for those that passed away or were a POW or received the Medal of Honor, or I think the Bronze Star is
significant.
the air
service.
medals, or there's specific criteria that they consider automatically eligible, and then there are others that you have to meet 3 of.
The
have-
minor ones.
Right. Have certain, like a Purple Heart plus time in a service organization, and retired from the service. I mean, it's not easy.
No.
I mean, there's a lot of, and from Lowell
Yeah.
or have done work for Lowell, but
Yeah,
If we
significant.
got one, would the
service.
city maintain it?
the city, yes, I get phone calls all the time, family members saying, hey, my uncle's sign is down, can you replace it? I just make a phone call to the sign shop, and
They make a new one and they put it
they
up.
make a new one, they put it up.
Yeah, and they're actually really good. They're phenomenal. Our sign department they respond very quickly to replacing these signs.
We do, we had that in our neighborhood, we called, 3 days later, back, it was
Yep.
fixed well, better than it
Yeah.
was before it was
They
damaged.
do a really good job.
Other than that, that's about it. I'm in the middle of updating our biannual updates, and then I'm gonna after that, I'll be getting going on trying to plan Memorial Day.
Excellent. So, one of the things the police department went over and participated in was the Coach for Vets. And I have one of the buckets. Would you mind holding up one of the buckets for me? So, in these buckets, there's a few different items. There's a pair of socks, a jacket, gloves, bottle of water, and I think some of them have hats. There was a little bit of some packing issues we're trying to resolve. We've got over 30 buckets. About half of them are missing some items, but the organization has made it right. We're going to be picking up the missing items and restocking them and giving them out. So if you know of anyone any veterans who are struggling and they need a winter coat, they need some socks, gloves, hat, please let us know. I've got them at the police department. We can go from here. This bucket is going to,
A Marine, a homeless Marine.
A homeless Marine that we helped, who has a pet, that we helped get into housing because he had a pet.
Didn't want to give up his dog, so
He
it was
didn't
tough
wanna
to get him
yeah.
into a shelter
Yeah,
because
so
of the dog.
we helped him, and
Right.
Michael,
so what we usually
through
do
Paul, got this for that veteran.
Excellent. We also go over, we partner with the Crescent House here in the city. We usually bring a few out to them. Eric gives some out too, over at his office with the vet center. And then we also go over to the vet center as well, see if anyone needs any over there as well. So, if any of you guys hear of anybody that's struggling and they need a jacket, please let me know. I've got, right now, 15 that I can give out. I want to give out the rest before Christmas. If I can get down to, I forget where it was, to pick up the rest of the missing items, I want to get them all out and out to the public as quick as I can.
Would any of the students be in need, any of the student veterans in need of,
Possibly.
might be a thought?
We can certainly put that out via the listserv.
Great.
That said, I know the university also has their own supports out there as well.
Oh, nice.
They've been collecting coats, winter jackets.
Nice.
So some degree, I feel like the need has been met with camp on campus, but I'm always happy to circulate that. They may know somebody that's somebody knows
Outside the
somebody.
school, yeah, exactly,
Right.
yeah.
So please just let me know. I do have them. Give me a call, shoot me an email, text message. Just let me know. All right. So we do have our two other events coming up. This following year is going to be Memorial Day event and possible 4th of July parade. We're working on both of these events. As soon as I go over and I have a meeting with the case office for the 4th of July, we will give more information. Obviously, we'd love to have UMass participate with that, because you guys have a great marching band. We hear them all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But it would still be nice to have UMass represented in the parade as well, if we can get everything up and running. And then Memorial Day, I think we're planning for the Veterans Park this time, right?
Correct, Douglas Road.
Douglas Road, yes. And that's, if anyone hasn't been out there yet, please take a ride out. It is an absolute gorgeous park. Our grounds and Parks and Recs department has done a phenomenal job maintaining that and setting it up. They do a really, really good job. I can't say enough good things about that.
We had a thought about that Veterans Park ceremony, that like when the president takes a wreath and does a presentation, I thought that might be a nice idea at the park on Memorial Day.
We do the
something like that.
We do a lot of those. We do one usually on the VFW. We do that.
Over at across the street from Top Donut.
Yes.
They do the wreath laying, but it's a nice sentiment.
But
Yeah.
for our ceremony,
Yeah,
at-
we'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
at New
Yeah.
Veterans Park, it might be a nice idea to do.
Of course, absolutely. I like it. I like it. We can probably we'll request the honor guard like we did we usually do.
I'm gonna get them earlier.
Yeah, give a little bit of notice. Go from there.
How many parks are designated in the city of Lowell for, like the one over on Douglas Road? I know I'm from South Lowell area, and we have Victory Park,
Yep.
right up there on Woburn Street. I'm just kind of wondering, how many do we have in the entire city itself?
Parks itself.
How many parks like that do we have?
Veteran
No,
parks?
two.
No, we have there's a lot of
parks.
different squares, memorials, and parks throughout the city that are affiliated with veterans.
Okay.
I don't have the exact number, but I will have it for you the next meeting. But I know the big one is the one on Douglas Road,
Right.
followed by the one over across from Top Donut. That one is the Veteran of Foreign Wars, or POW Park, isn't it?
The Frenchmen, they established it. Bernie Lemoyne,
Yes.
Joe Dussault, the old veterans agent.
But that park's gonna all be the fallen.
Everybody from the city, though.
Yes. Yeah.
They allowed years ago. They put out something. If you want your name on the wall,
Right.
bring us money.
But yeah, then we have right across on the highway. There's another small park.
World War One.
Yep.
Vet.
World War I. So there's a few different.
And the bridge is dedicated to World War II vet.
Yep.
Willette.
Willette.
Yeah, there's
The Blonde
bridges and
Tiger.
parks
Yeah.
and
Yeah, everywhere. But I'll get the exact number. I'll link up with our parks department, and I'll get you the exact number.
Yeah. No, I was just kind of curious about the whole thing.
Yeah. So, but there's usually around like Veterans Day, Memorial Day, we're fairly busy with different veterans events throughout the city. We obviously do the Veterans Day event. The big one this year was phenomenal. Last year we did the Memorial Day event. Ended up getting rained out. We ended up going inside. Still very nice. So we can go over and get that a little bigger this year. It'll be nice. Okay. All right. Do we have any other new business that we'd like to attend to today?
Just a question. On the Veteran of the Month, did we finally settle on a replacement name for that?
I thought we were going to do Veteran of the Quarter. I thought we were going to do.
I thought it was Veterans Recognition Program.
Yeah, the veterans recognition, that way you didn't have to come up with a monthly.
Yeah, because I thought we wanted to do one a quarter, because it was going to be a little bit more easy to, logistically.
So it'd be the only reason so it would be Veteran of the Quarter? So they'd have the title just like they would for Veteran of the Month?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So I think it would be easier logistically doing 4 of them a year and recognizing them that way.
I'd reached out to the vet center and asked them if they could propose some people. I think the school would be great also.
Yeah, if you could, Ted
guys
could
still
let
do
us
talk?
know.
Just identifying somebody
Still
that
do
wants to
top
be
five?
recognized is difficult. We had to sneak it. We had to sneak it around a lot of people. We had to sneak it through you. He was recognized, wasn't he? Yeah.
Oh, it's too bad.
Right.
Yeah, we had to be sneaky.
Still do
But with that, gentlemen and ladies, we that letter that's in the back of the packet, that's good to send out.
Okay.
It's going to be to the Congresswoman.
Yes. Thank you, Jay, for your help
Yep.
with that.
Yep, that was good. Did you see the letter that we were going to send out?
I'm sorry?
Did you see the letter that they were going to send out?
No, I didn't. I saw a draft.
Finalized it, we put your thoughts in it.
We did
Good
add your
thoughts.
thoughts.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, I see it.
All right, as always, we always meet the second Wednesday of every month at 5 o'clock. If anyone would like to attend these meetings, it is an open meeting. People can attend whenever they so choose. We'd love to hear from people, especially if anyone has any ideas on making Lowell better for veterans. So I like it. With that, I move to adjourn.
Second that.
With that, have a good night.
Time? Need the time?
Time is 5:41.